Dear students, welcome to our next structural analysis class. So last class we seen method of sections. Okay, so far we seen two methods. One is method of joints and another one is method of sections. So in method of joints we are focusing joints only. Okay, so we are applying summation of v is equal to 0, summation of h is equal to 0, and resolving the forces, we can easily get the forces in the members of a truss or pin jointed frames. Okay, in case of method of sections, we are cutting a line. Okay, so which passes not more than 3 members. So which member we want to know the forces, in that members we cut a section line. Okay, so next we are applying summation of m is equal to 0. Okay, so that last equilibrium equation, summation of m is equal to 0. So where we have to take moment. So if you want to know the forces in the member of a particular member, we have to take moment on the opposite joint of the member. Opposite joint of the member. Suppose we want, suppose a triangle member is there. We want to know the forces in the member AB, means we have to take the moment about C. Okay, equal to 0. So taking moments force into perpendicular distance, resolving the forces, we can easily get the answer. Okay, so these two methods we already seen. Now in this class we will discuss about tension coefficient method. This is very easy and rapid method, fast method. Okay, for the analysis of 2D frame, that means plane frame and space frame. What is the difference between plane frame and space frame? Plane frame means 2D frame, only two dimensional, x and y. Okay, space frame means 3 dimension, x axis, y axis, and z axis also members are there. Okay, so that is called space frame. So as per our syllabus, we are focusing only 2D frame only. Okay, so now we will see the tension coefficient method. What is meant by tension coefficient? Okay, tension coefficient is a parameter. It is the ratio of pull or tension in that member divided by its length. Okay, so it is a coefficient having unit kilonewton per meter. Okay, so you can see this relation T equal to, small t is equal to capital T divided by L. Small t is the tension coefficient for the member and the capital T is the pull in the member. Pull means a tension force in the member and L is the length of the member. Okay, so now here you can understand one thing. What is that means? We need force, we don't want tension coefficient, but we need this T. Okay, T only we need. Okay, now tell me what is T? That means tension in the member. We are assume initially all the members are subjected to tension force. Okay, if you got the answer in minus, means it is a compression force. So in this method also, we have to assume all the member force as tension. Okay, only tension force is acting, so that it is called a tension coefficient method. So capital T is equal to small t into L. So this is the formula. Okay, so first we have to identify the length of the member, length of each member in the particular truss. Okay, suppose 10 members are there in a particular truss. So our first step is to identify the length of the each member. This is the first step. Next, tension coefficient. So we have to apply the tension coefficient equation, and first second thing, we have to find out the small t value. So then open a tabular column, multiply by the length of the member to this tension coefficient. Finally we got forces in the member. Okay, so this length will be always plus, but this tension coefficient, it depends upon the force. That means if In the member, it's subjected to tension means we got this T value as positive, plus value. In case of compression means we got minus value. So based on that, this T we can easily calculate it. Okay. So this is important 2 mark question. So the tension coefficient for a member of a frame is defined as the pull or tension in that member divided by its length. Okay. So small t is equal to capital T divided by L. So this is the problem. Definition. Next, procedure. How to solve problems in tension coefficient method. So here there are 9 steps are there. I will read one by one. There are 9 steps are there. So this is important, maybe 7 mark question. If they split up into 2 means one of the question they will ask this procedure, because this is very, very important. The following procedure is summarized for the analysis of plane truss. Plane truss, I already told, 2D truss, by using the tension coefficient method. Okay. So first thing, what is the first step? Compute the coordinates of each joint. See, the other name of joint is node. Okay. Compute the coordinates of each joint of the truss. Okay. So coordinate in the sense we have to identify the both x-axis and y-axis values, okay, of a particular joint. We have to write, we have to mention in the diagram. Next, determine the projected length of each member. Okay, projected length of each member. That means length of each member. Okay. Next, resolve the applied forces at each joint in the x and y direction. Okay, so we have to resolve the forces applying the equilibrium equation. That means the tension coefficient equation. So we have to resolve x and y direction. Determine the support reaction. So we calculated in previous method. So due to the external load, support reaction. So same step we have to follow in this. Next, identify the node with only 2 unknown members and apply the equilibrium equation. So we have to identify only 2 unknown member force, as I already told in method of joints. So we have to choose a joint having only 2 members are connected. So same thing here also you have to follow. So identify is a node. Node means it's nothing but joint with only 2 unknown member forces and apply the equations of equilibrium. Okay. Next, 6. Calculate the tension coefficient for the member at the nodes. Okay. So from this equation, we have to calculate the tension coefficient. That means small t value. Okay. Next, select the next joint with only 2 unknown member forces and apply the equations of equilibrium and obtain the tension coefficient. Okay. So if first node completed means we have to switch over to next node. Okay. Next, repeat step 7 till the tension coefficients of all the members are obtained. So we have to obtain all the, suppose 10 members are there means we need 10 tension coefficients and 10 member lengths. Okay. Next, so that we have to repeat this step 7. Okay. Next, what is the final step? Compute the member force from the tension coefficients obtained as the equation relation. That means capital T, this I already told in previous slide, capital T is equal to small t into L. What is this AB means? This is for AB member. For example, they given. Okay. So the tension force acting on the member AB equal to the tension coefficient of AB member multiplied by length of the member AB. Okay. On the tablet, sketch the same. So this is the important procedure for the tension coefficient method. Okay. Students, now we will see 2 problems in this tension coefficient method. Okay. So in this tension coefficient method, it is very easy to calculate the tension coefficient. It is applicable for all the problems. Same concept. Procedure is same. Okay. So now we will see the cantilever truss. Okay, please see the diagram. A cantilever truss carries 4 kilonewton load. One is acting at C, another one is acting at B. Okay, so how many members are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 members are there. Okay, so now what is the first step? We seen previously in procedure. So we have to note down the coordinates. Okay, so now you can see here I am taking EE as a 0, 0 point, 0, 0 point, EE as 0, 0 point. You can see in this diagram. So this is x-axis. So it is x-axis here shown and y-axis. Okay. So from this E point is the origin point. So origin point we know that 0, 0. So origin point always 0, 0. Okay. So based on this origin point, in this problem they given the height and length. Okay. So we have to note down the coordinates of each point. Okay. So how many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 joints are there. So we have to note down this 5 joint coordinates. Okay. So if you take a point, so x-axis is 0, but y-axis is 3. Okay. So see the y-axis 3, but x-axis is 0. If you take B point, x-axis is 2. You can see here from here to here it is 2 meter, but height is 3 meter. Okay. You can see C point, x-axis is 4 meter and y-axis is 3 meter. Okay. So next, if find D point, x-axis is 2 meter. Okay, you can see x-axis 2. And what about y-axis? So y-axis is half of this 3 meter. So y-axis half of this 3 meter. So it is 1.5. Okay. So we have to, next step, we have to calculate the length of the each member. So how to calculate? So using this table. So the member parameter of the truss are tabulated under. So serial number. So there are 6 members are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, member number. So AB, BC, CD, DE, AD, BD. Okay. Next, we have to note down the XI, XJ. What is this XI, XJ? So XI nothing but for A member. XJ nothing but for B member. You can see here, consider this AB member. What is X value for A member? 0. So put 0. Put 0. What is X value at B member? 2. Okay, put 2. Okay. So same way, consider BC member. For BC member, what is X value? 2. Okay. So write 2. So for X value, what is in C member? It is C joint, not member. Sorry, it is joint. Okay. So 4. Okay. So that likewise you have to write for all the members. Xi nothing but I is nothing but the first number, first notation. A or B or C or D like that. J is nothing but second member. Second joint name. Okay. So now we have to calculate the x-axis length. X-axis length. So what is that formula? Xj minus Xi. Xj minus Xi. So now tell me, we have to subtract. Okay. So there are 2 parameters are there, Xj and Xi. So subtract Xi from Xj. Okay. So you can see here 2 minus 0, 2. 4 minus 2, 2. 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is nothing but minus 2. And 0 minus 2, minus 2. And 2 minus 0, 2. 2 minus 2, 0. Okay. So these are all the parameters. xi and xj. Next, yi and yj. So consider yi and yj. So in case of yi and yj, we have to same thing. So previously we calculated only x parameters. Okay, now we have to calculate for y parameters. Okay, so we need lengths in x direction as well as y direction. Okay, so first AB member. For AB member, what is the y coordinate? 3. Okay, and B member also 3. Okay, so here you can see 3, 3. Next, for BC member, okay, 3, 3. Okay, so here also 3, 3. Next, CD member. Okay, here C is here and D is here. Is C and D. So what is the C member y coordinate? 3, and D member y coordinate 1.5. So 3, 1.5. So likewise, you calculate for all the members yi and yj. So same thing, yij. So that means length in y direction is yj minus yi, yj minus ya. Okay. So 3 minus 3, 0. 3 minus 3, 0. 1.5 minus 3. 1.5 minus 3, how much? Minus 1.5. Okay. Next, 0 minus 1.5 minus 1.5. Next, 1.5 minus 3 minus 1.5. Next, 1.5 minus 3 minus 1.5. Okay. Next, considering length. Okay, this is the formula, root of xij square plus yij square. Okay, root of xij square plus yij square. What is xij? 2 square. Yij 0 square. Okay, so root of 2 square plus 0 square, how much? Root of 4. Okay, what is the root 4 value? 2. So this is the length of the member AB. You can cross verify also. You can see here 2 meter. Okay, so next come to BC member. So root of 2 square plus 0 square, here also. Okay, so 2. Next, CD member. CD number, root of minus 2 square plus minus 1.5 square. Minus 2 square plus minus 1.5 square. Okay, so you can take root, means you got how much? 2.5. You can see here 2.5. So the length of the member is 2.5. So likewise, just so we already calculated xij and yij. Just take square of this xij and yij and add. Okay, then take a root. So this is the length of the each member. Okay, so step 2 over. Next come to step 3. Okay, so there we need 2 parameters. One is length of the member, second one is tension coefficient. So length of the member we calculated, length of each member we calculated. This is the length of each member. Next, we have to calculate tension coefficients. Okay, how to calculate tension coefficient? So for that, we already know in case of like graph. So the left side, sorry, right side is positive, left side is negative. Okay, so in upward is positive, downward is negative. So please be remember these 2 things. Okay, so now where we have to take the first join with minimum maximum of 2 members. Okay, so a join carries only 2 members. So here always, so be remember in case of cantilever truss, always we have to start from the free end. Okay, so next summation of h is equal to 0. Summation of h is equal to 0. First I am taking summation of h is equal to 0, equilibrium equation. So how to calculate for summation of h? H means x-axis. Here there is no y-axis. H means x-axis. So now you can see here we need to calculate the tension coefficient. For that we have to apply the formula. So for the forces in the member XCB, sorry, forces in the member CB means what is the formula? Tension coefficient multiplied by the length of the member. So here what is the length of the member? That is XCB into TCB. TCB we don't know, so keep as it is. Next, plus again XCD. X here we don't want any angle. Okay, that is the beauty of this tension coefficient method. Okay, so no need of any angle. Okay, so XCD. So here we are concentrating only summation of H, only X term will come. So next two members are there, one member XCB TCB and X next plus next member XCD plus TCD equal to 0. Okay, now what is the length of the member XCB? So here you can see CB in left side. You can see CB in left side. So for left side we have to put minus. What is the CB length? Length of CB member 2. Okay, so minus 2. TCB. Next CD member. CD also act at left side. You can see. So this is positive. This is negative side. Okay, left side is negative. So CD also negative side. So what is the CD member length? That also 2.5. Okay. Students, for calculating this length, don't see this table. Okay. So if you see, actually this is for length only. Okay, corresponding length. But we are here, we are focusing on coordinates. Okay, so please see this diagram. Okay, here you can see first member XCB. So here C is here, B is here. What is the coordinate? 4, 2. Okay, so therefore 4 minus 2, how much? 2. Okay, 4 minus 2 is 2. So therefore it is in left side, so minus. Okay, next XCD. So what is the coordinate of X coordinate of C? 4 and X coordinate of D 2. What is this? 4 minus 2, how much? 2. And also this also acting on left side only. Okay, from the joint it is left side, so minus. Okay, so don't see this table, see the figure, that the coordinate figure. Okay, so now simplify this equation. So minus TCB and minus minus 2 TCB and minus 2 TCD. So from this we can get TCB is equal to minus TCD. So keep as it is. So next, summation of V is equal to 0. In case of summation of V is equal to 0, so you can see here YCB, TCB plus, so whatever we written here, same thing, but instead of X, we have to put Y. Okay, so also in the joint, there will be a one vertical load is acting in the joint C. Okay, in Y axis. Okay, so it is acting downward, so put minus. Okay, therefore YCB TCB plus YCD TCD minus 4 equal to 0. So now check C and B Y coordinate. Okay, C Y coordinate how much? 3 and B Y coordinate, you can see here C Y coordinate 3 and B Y coordinate 3. So what is this 3 minus 3? It is 0. Okay, so next come to CD Y coordinate. So for C Y coordinate 3 and D Y coordinate 1.5. So 3 minus 1.5 how much? 1.5. Okay, so it's acting downward. Okay, you can see here from this joint, upward is plus, downward is minus. Okay, so the CD member acting downward, so minus. So therefore YCP value 0, TC into TCB plus YCD is minus 1.5 into TCD. This minus 4 comes to this side, means plus 4. Okay, so from this term get cancelled. So therefore TCD is equal to minus 2.67 kilonewton per meter. That means 4 divided by minus 1.5. Okay, 2.67 kilonewton meter. Okay, So substitute this value. So we already calculated, you can see TCB is equal to minus TCD. Okay. So therefore TCB is equal to minus TCD. So already in equation one minus is there, and in the answer one minus is there. So minus into minus plus. Okay. Minus into minus plus. So you can see here TCD is minus 2.67. But TCB is equal to minus TCD. So minus of this minus is this one. Okay, and for this TCD minus 2.67. So minus of within bracket minus 2.67. The answer is minus 2.67 kilonewton per meter. So this joint is over. Next come to joint B. So in joint B, you can see here this side is plus and this side is minus in x-axis. So now consider XBA, XBA, TBA plus XBC, TBC. So you can see here XBA. What is XBA value? See the coordinate XBA 2 minus 0. See the only x coordinate 2 minus 0. Okay, and XBC 2 minus 4. Okay, you can see here. So XBA is equal to XBA, so minus value, and XBC is plus quadrant. Okay, so therefore plus 2, and XBA is minus quadrant, so minus 2. Okay, so don't be confused. We need only the coordinate system. Okay, so here 2 minus 4. So you can think, sir, 2 minus 4 is minus 2 na, sir. But here they put plus 2. Why? Because of the quadrant. Okay, so the plus minus no problem. So we need the quadrant. Okay, the positive value, negative value is based on the quadrant only. Okay, so it is minus 2 TBA plus 2 TBC. So from this TBA is equal to TBC. Okay, so TBC value we already found. What is the TBC value? So this TBC and this TCB both are same. Okay, so it is 2.67 kilonewton per meter. So TBA is equal to 2.67 kilonewton per meter. Next come to summation of V is equal to 0. So in case of summation of V is equal to 0, only one member will come. Only one member and one vertical force. Okay, so this member also acting downward, so minus. So YBD TBD plus the plus YA. YA is nothing but it is not YA, it is minus 4. Okay, minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so therefore you can see here 3 minus 1.5. Okay, here you can see y coordinate for B it is 3 and y coordinate for D it is 1.5. So what is the value? 3 minus 1.5. So since we got plus value only, but the quadrant is minus, so minus 1.5. So minus 1.5 TBD minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so therefore TBD is equal to minus 2.67 kilonewton meter. Okay, so next come to joint D. Joint D is the last joint. So there are 4 members are connecting. So we have to write quadrant. This is plus. So for x-axis, this is plus, this is minus. Okay, so XDA first, XDA TDA plus XDE TDE and XDC TDC equal to 0. So this B term will not come because it is pure vertical. Okay, so next calculate XDA. What is XDA? See the x quadrant of DA. So 2 0. Okay, 2 0. So since it is left side, so minus 2 DA. Okay, so next minus XDE. DA also minus. So 2 comma 0. So this also in left side. Okay, you can see here I'm considering only x-axis. So this is minus and this is plus. Okay. So therefore minus to TDA. So next plus x DC. So in x DC, you can see here x DC, it is 4 minus 2. Okay, or 2 minus 4, whatever may be. But it is in plus quadrant. Okay, DC in right side. So plus quadrant. So plus 2. Here you can see plus 2. Okay. So this minus value, the length minus value or plus value, it is based on the quadrant only. So right side means plus, left side means minus. Okay. So plus 2 into TDC. TDC value we already calculated. How much? 2.67. 1 minute. Minus 2.67. You can see here minus 2.67. So same thing we have to put here. Okay. So this value we have to provide here. Okay. So here you can see there are two unknowns. One is XDA and XDE. There are two unknowns are there. So we can't be able to calculate. So keep as it is. This is equation number 1. Consider this is equation number 1. Okay. So next, summation of B is equal to 0. In summation of B equal to 0, all the member force will come. Okay. First, you can see here YDA, XDA, YDA and TDA plus YDB, TDB plus YDC, TDC. Next, YDE, TDE. So you can see here, draw a horizontal line on the joint D. So the upward is positive, downward is negative. So these three members A, B, C all are upward in case of y-axis. So it is positive. These three values are positive. And the DE member is downward below the horizontal line. That means axis line. So it is negative. Okay. So next, substitute all the values. YDA 1.5, TDA plus YDB 1.5. Next, TDB we already found it is 2.67 and YDC 1.5. TDC already found it is 2.67 and YDE is acting downward. So we have to put this minus. So minus 1.5 TDE equal to 0. So here also there are two unknown parameters. One is TDA and TDE. Here also two unknown parameters, TDA and TDE. So equate these two parameters. So here also TDA, TDE is there. Here also TDA, TDE is there. So equate this equation, two parameters, we can easily found. That means TDA 1.335 kilonewton per meter and TDE minus 4 kilonewton per meter. This is the concept. So we already we found all the tension coefficient for all the members. Okay. So are you able to understand? So the concept is simple. First we have to identify the length. After that, based on the coordinate system, apply the equilibrium equation, summation of h. It's only x values. Summation of y, only y value. Okay. In case of x value, the left side is positive. Sorry, right side is positive, left side is negative. And in case of y value, upward positive, downward negative. So just to remember these two things, we can easily solve any problem. So next, only tension coefficient only we calculated. What about forces in the members? So forces in the members, so we have to open a column. You can see in this column. So final forces in the members are tabulated as under. So serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And member. So what are the members as per your previous tabulation? Write down the member. Next, for the corresponding each member, write the tension coefficient. If you got plus value, write plus value. If you got minus value, write as it is minus value. Okay. Don't mention compression tension here. Okay. So whatever you got answer, just to substitute that value. Okay. So now next, This is TIG. Next LIG. So we already know we want to know the forces in the members. T is equal to, so T into L. This is the formula. T into L. So here these are all the tension coefficients, T and L corresponding length. This length we already found in previous tabulation. Okay. So now the final forces in the member, T is equal to multiplication of Tij into Lij. So this is T, 2.67 multiplied by 2. We got this answer. So here also 2.67 multiplied by 2, we got this answer. And like this, like that you calculate for all the members. Okay. So here you can see member CD and DE and BD, we got minus because the tension coefficient also minus. Okay. So we know that if minus sign indicates the answer is we got in minus means what is the nature of force? It is compression force, compressive force. So if plus means tensile force. So you have to write this column. Okay, nature of force. So if plus means tension and minus means compression. Okay. So this is the simple problem in tension coefficient method. Okay. I hope all of you understand this tension coefficient method. Okay. So next we will see this one simply supported problem. So next, please see this problem. The same type of problem we solved in method of joint. Okay. So we have to solve now tension coefficient method. You can see here there are one horizontal load is acting in the truss at joint D and one vertical load is acting at the joint B. Okay. So length also given. Everything is given. Okay. So next, what is the first step? We have to note down the coordinates. Okay. Here for I taken A point is 0, 0. This is the A point. This is 0, 0. Now what about B point? Tell the coordinate. It is x-axis 2. What about y-axis? 0. Next come to C point. In x-axis from A to C length is 4, comma, and y-axis is 0. Next come to D point, x-axis 2 and y-axis is 1.5. So how you got this 1.5? You can see here from vertical distance of A to D. The vertical distance of A to D is 1.5. Okay. So same thing I drawn here. Okay. So this diagram is this coordinate, joint coordinate or nodal coordinate diagram is very, very important. Without this one, we can't able to solve. Okay. So next come to in the diagram. So there will be one horizontal load is acting. As we already know, if one horizontal load is acting means we have to apply a opposite equivalent load at joint A. So 36 kilonewton. So we have to apply 36 kilonewton load at joint A. Okay. So since this is the simply supported beam, we have to calculate RA and RC. So for that, here they mentioned VA and VC. Okay, vertical reaction. So what is the total load VA plus VC? Only vertical load is 54 kilonewton. VA plus VC is equal to 54 kilonewton. So since it is the unsymmetrical structure, we have to take the moments about the point A. So therefore VC into 4. It is, what is this? This is clockwise or anti-clockwise? This is anti-clockwise. So here I am taken anti-clockwise as minus. That is your wish. Okay. Anti-clockwise is minus. Next, two loads are acting. 36 into this height. Okay, because the A point, B point lies in same line. So this force into perpendicular distance. So it is clockwise direction. So put plus 36 into 1.5. Next, your downward load is acting 54 kilonewton. This force into this perpendicular distance. Okay, so this is clockwise direction. Okay, so 54 into 2 equal to 0. So therefore VC, so from this equation VC is equal to 40.5 kilonewton. Okay, so we know that VA plus VC is equal to how much? 54 kilonewton. So therefore VA is equal to 54 minus VC. That means total load minus VC. So finally we got 13.5 kilonewton. And also we have to apply a horizontal load in this direction, 36 kilonewton. Okay, so next we have to note down the nodal coordinates. So this is the your nodal coordinate system. Okay, the coordinates I mentioned here. Okay, these are all the coordinates. So better don't write like this. You have to draw the diagram. Okay, if diagram means it is very easy to calculate. So next, as usual, same as per previous problem, serial number, member, xij, yij, and calculate the length of each member. Okay, so how many members are there? Totally 5 members are there. So calculate xij, yij for each member and find out xij. Okay, and calculate yi and yj for each member and calculate yij. And from this, length is equal to root of, what is the formula? Root of xij square plus yij square. Okay, so now calculation of tension coefficient. So first we have to take joint A. Okay, because joint A having very less members. So how, draw the free body diagram of joint A. There are one forces is acting, that is 36 kilonewton is acting, and second thing, one reaction is acting at joint A, and two members AD and AB. So now write down the equation. So since it is acting in the right side, so always these two members are plus value. Okay, so now we are focusing only horizontal direction only. So XAD, so write down the coordinate XAD TAD plus XAB TAB, and you can see here this is right side positive, left side minus. So you can see that 36 kilonewton is acting on the left side. So we have to put minus 36. Okay, so therefore TAD plus TAB is equal to 18. Okay, so from this equation, here two unknowns are there that we will see later. Next, come to summation of B is equal to 0. For summation of B is equal to 0, upward positive, downward negative. Okay, so 36 kilonewton and AB member will not come because it is pure horizontal. So next, come to the equation, write the equation YAD TAD and YAB TAB. Okay, plus, so since you can see here the reaction is acting from downward to upward only, so plus value. Okay, so next, what is YAD? It is 1.5 TAD. From the coordinate we can see it is 1.5 TAD. It is positive because it is in the positive quadrant. Plus YAB it is 0. Okay, because it is pure horizontal, it is 0. If you write the coordinate means that also you can get 0 value only. Next, this plus 13.5 goes this side means minus 13.5. So therefore TAD is equal to, finally we got the answer, minus 9 kilonewton per meter. So minus 13.5 divided by 1.5 minus 9 kilonewton per meter. So this TAD substitute in this equation. Okay, if you substitute, that means we got TAB is equal to minus 18 minus TAD. So already in equation one minus is there. So therefore 27 kilonewton per meter. So this is the answer. Okay, so now select joint B. Next, summation of H is equal to 0. So XBA XBA and TBA, XBC, TBC equal to 0. So you can see here, if you consider joint beam means this is plus value, plus quadrant, this is minus quadrant. Okay, so XBA, TBA plus XBC, TBC. XBA is minus 2, the length is 2, but it lies in negative quadrant, so minus. Next, BC is 2 meter length, but it is in positive quadrant, okay, equal to 0. So therefore XBA is equal to, sorry, TBA is equal to TBC. So TBC we already found, I think, sorry, TBA. So TBA how much? TBA, TAB both are same. It is 27 kilonewton per meter. So same value in TBC also. Next, consider summation of V is equal to 0. In case of summation of V is equal to 0, only two forces will come. So one is YBD, TBD. You can see here, this is plus and this is minus. So YBD, TBD. Next one, point load is acting. It is acting downward. So minus 54 equal to 0. Okay. So YBD is minus, plus 1.5 because it is in positive quadrant. So plus 1.5 TBD equal to this minus comes to this side means plus. So plus 54. So therefore TBD is equal to how much? 54 divided by 1.5. It is 36 kilonewton per meter. Okay. So next come to joint C. So in joint C, we know that XCD, only one member is pending. Okay. So only summation of H is equal to 0 is enough. So XCD, TCD plus XCB, TCB. Okay. So XCD is, it is in left quadrant. You can see here XCD. XCD and XCB both are in left quadrant. So XCD minus 2 TCD and XCB minus 2 TCB. So substitute the value of TCB. Finally, it is 27. Finally, we got TCD value as minus 27 kilonewton per meter. So the final force we have to write in the table only. So here for simplification, they written only without tabulation, but in examination you have to write in table only, like previous problem. So the forces in the member TAB is equal to capital TAB is equal to small TAB into LAB, which is equal to 27 into 2 equal to 54 kilonewton, and TBC equal to small TBC into LBC, which is equal to 27 into 2, 54 kilonewton, and TCD is equal to small TCD into LCD is equal to minus 27. So minus indicates it is compression force. So minus 27 into 2.5 equal to minus 67.5 kilonewton. Next, TDA is equal to TDA, small TDA into LDA, minus 9 into 2.5 is equal to minus 22.5 kilonewton. Next, TBD is equal to TBD into LBD equal to 36 into 1.5, which is equal to 54 kilonewton. So the plus value indicates tensile force and minus value indicates compressive force. Okay, students. So I hope all of you understand the concept of tension coefficient method and how to solve in case of horizontal load or vertical load, how to solve using tension coefficient method. It is very easy and rapid method also. Okay, like that in method of joints or method of section, there is no any confusion. This is a systematic manner. This method is a systematic manner method. First step is you have to note down the coordinate as per your graph, coordinate system, and calculate the length and apply the equilibrium equation. Finally, you got answer. Okay, students. So up to this, our first unit is successfully be completed. Okay. So next class onwards, we will start second unit. Okay, so in first unit only these three methods only: method of joints, method of section, and tension coefficient. Okay, students, I hope all of you understand this three methods very clearly. So work out the problem, whatever I given tutorial questions and assignment problems, you have to work out. Then only, without practice, it will not come. Okay, so practice yourself. Okay, students. So thank you very much.